Assalamu alaikum viewers. From behalf of FEWLIVE team, I am here. Today's our topic is history of CSS. The Central Superior Services or as bureaucracy is a permanent allied bureaucracy authority and civil service that is responsible for running the civilian bureaucracy operation in government secretariats and directorates of the cabinet and the Pakistan. The Prime Minister is the final authority of all matters regarding the civil services. The civil service define itself as a key wheel on which the entire engine of the state has to move. Derived from the colonial legacy of the former Indian civil service, the civil service came into its modern formation immediately after the establishment of Pakistan as a civil service of Pakistan. During its time of formation, the bureaucracy produced Ghulam Ishaq Khan, who would go on to become the president of Pakistan. It had influence on many of the state defense, internal, foreign, and financial policies. In 1971, it was reorganized and re-established under Chapter 1, Part 13, Part 12, Article 240 of the Constitution of Pakistan, which gave it foundation and constitution status. The civil bureaucracy closely collaborated with the military establishment of the Pakistani Army Forces in issues concerning the national security. The bureaucracy consists of 12 directorates that provide vital offices and the secretariat related duties concerning the national security. The bureaucracy consists of 12 directorates that provide vital forces and secretariat related duties to the government of the Pakistan. The provincial bureaucracy are headed by the respective chief secretary of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Sindh, Punjab, and Balochistan. The highest attainable rank for an officer who serves in the country bureaucracy is BPS 22 grades. The most influential civil servant belong to the Pakistan Administrative Service, and highest ranking civil service position are the Federal Secretariat and Provisional Chief Secretariat. The civil service of Pakistan selected only 7.5% of the applicant by merit, education, qualification, and experiences, while the 92.5% are selected by a quota system. The civil service exams are competitive and provide equal opportunities to male, female, and depending on their qualification. The CSS examinations are held at the start of every year. The exams are conducted and supervised by the Federal Public Service Commission. CSS exams have a reputation of a very low pass percentage. In 2015, only 3% of the 12,176 participants cleared the multi-stage exams. Constitutional structure. The constitutional structure of the Pakistan lays down separate service for the central government and the provisional government, although both types of the governments are required to regulate their civil services through the Article 240 of the Chapter 1 of the Part 2 in case of these central reservation of the government, and by the provisional assembly degrees for officers subjected in the legislative list of the province. The idea of the civil services was established by the British Empire during the colonial period of British Indian Empire. It was derived into a Pakistan civil service in 1947 and recognized and re-established into its modern form in 1973. The Constitution of Pakistan describes the constitutional status as below. Appointment to the service of the Pakistan and condition of service. Point A. In the case of civil services of the Federation, post in the connection with the affairs of the Federation and the civil service by the Parliament. Point B. In the case of service of the province, the post of the connection with the affairs of the province by Act of Provincial Assembly. Existing rule. All rules and order in force immediately before the commencing days shall, so far as are consistent with the provision of the Constitution. Public Service Commission. The Parliament in the relation to affairs the Federation and provincial assemblies of the provinces in relation to affairs of a province may or by law provide for the establishment and constitution of the Public Service Commission.